Hello. Alright, get this set up here. Can you actually read my screen at all? Alright, cool. Let's see, so I need to probably fix that ocean issue too, but just working on all the animals and how some of them, there's been mounting issues with them. So I think these are all of them plus the elephant, but I already tested the elephant, so I can ignore that. So this guy seems good. That's not good. A little bit better, but still not there. Let's do, I'll do 3.5. Maybe that'll be good. No, did it recompile? Maybe let's go to 4 actually. 4.5, and let's see that. Nope. 5 then. That's a baby giraffe. Oh, can you ride them? No, you can't. Good. Yes, you can ride the giraffes. Let's do 6. That should be good. Yeah, you can both, or you can ride both of them. If you just tame them and you can put a saddle on them, you can ride them. Why is this not there yet? Alright, there we go, finally. So giraffes are good. Saddle. And, oh, I need the cart. And then there we go. Let's see this car now. This guy will probably be messed up. Yeah. See, am I on the seat? No, I'm not. Try 6 there. See, is that better? That's way better. Okay, the model is off though, so I'm gonna have to go to that. Is it in here? No, it's in the render. Render car, where is it? There we go. Okay, so let's do -3. Oh, they're gaining enrichment, okay. This is weird. Ooh, that's the wrong way. Yeah, I need to do -3, not -1. Alright, see you guys later. Oh, that's way too far now. Let's do 2.3. Let's try that out. There we go, that's way better, okay. And people were saying they were dying a lot. His enrichment doesn't seem to be falling too much. That's weird though, how it looks in the book. Zebra now I gotta test. So let's see. And it's not too bad. Let me close all of these guys though. Here we are. And all the way up here. Y offset. So we'll do -0.3, I guess. Like 3.2. I don't think we need to test that. I think bug reports that I had to fix right now. No, that we're not. Okay, so that should be it. Let me push all of this. Git bash. Oh, I can't read the chat. Figure out why mobs are despawning. Mobs shouldn't be despawning, but if you're talking about the issue where the ones were dying that was mentioned on the fan chat, that's what I'm gonna look into after I check after I do the GitHub stuff. So I have to make sure yeah, okay, the turtles are the issue. Yeah, I'll fix that right in a second. Let me let me hide IntelliJ just to be safe. And then this thing. So what I want? Yeah. Git checkout 2.0. Git pull. Git cherry pick. And I did not copy the commit. There we go. Then git push, just be safe. And git checkout back to the master. This is all this extra git stuff is gonna make the updates a lot quicker. Because now all that stuff I just did there in 1.0 is getting pushed up to 2.0 here. So I can keep the 2.0 and 1.0 stuff separate, and it just makes it a lot easier. Are there any new animals in this update or just bug fixes? This stream is just going to be bug fixing. I'm not going to work on any 2.0 animals probably until all the models are done. Because a lot of the stuff that I've worked on previously has kind of just been scrapped, like animations, because of the big rewrite I had to do on them. So, let's see. Let's check out that issue with the turtles. So let me spawn a turtle in. Let's put it in a hole here so it doesn't go away. And while I leave him there, oh, I moved all that stuff around. Oops. While I leave the turtle in there, if I can actually get this to shrink, there we go. I'm going to leave the turtle there, and I'm going to be checking out the turtle class for him. See if there's any issues with him. There shouldn't be anything. So he might be having an air issue. Like it might be a problem with just air. It not actually being able to breathe, can breathe underwater. Yeah. So like it might be drowning is what I'm trying to say here. So if it's in water, set the area. That's good. That's weird. Can despawn return? This shouldn't even be overridden. It should be final, and it should return if it's not zoo animal. So if it's not a zoo animal, wait. Yeah. So can despawn if it's not a zoo animal. Yeah. So or tamed actually. We just do its tamed because they're the same thing. A zoo animal should actually be deprecated. Let me restart the game. He doesn't seem to be dying though, so I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what the issue was with this, but it seems like it's fine to me. Just loading? What's wrong? Oh, the orca. And base water. There we go. Do you have any idea how long it was since you, like how long of a time you waited until they disappeared? It's only since 1.5. Okay. It's gone for an hour. Oh, okay. I'm gonna test and make sure that the animals aren't being what's it called? Leaving the have it in the okay. That could be it because I might have missed something with the config like that. Let me make sure that's a thing. The hunger and enrichment systems are going to be rewritten anyway. So if I can't figure out what the issue is now, then I'll rewrite the entire thing like I planned on doing anyway. Let's get a data book. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's also an issue. Or, yeah, kind of is, kind of isn't. Let's see, so we're not even in the walrus. Why is that open? So let's go to the living update. And, or let's go to the, yeah, no, we want the living update, but we need to, let's see, go to the very bottom. So here's where we'll call stuff. I'm gonna make a new world. Okay, so that'll make it only the turtle is gonna print information now. And then we'll do this dot get hunger, and then we'll space it and we'll add in this dot get enrichment. Recompile the class. There we go. So it's staying at 2.0 and it doesn't, or 20.0 for both of them. It doesn't seem to be changing at all. So let's kill this guy. And get the red panda out, because that, you also said that was an issue, I believe. Yeah, red pandas. So they're staying at 20. So I can't see how, I don't know how you're having the issue of them disappearing. Do you have any other mods that could be like adding in mobs that are attacking them or clearing them out for some reason? And they shouldn't have despawned because it was set to false up until today. Which I should actually be writing stuff in the config or the changelog. Okay, your own piece, okay. Well, I don't know what the issue could be then, because I'm not having any problems. Of course, you did say you waited an hour, but I don't really have an hour to wait. So, let's see, we can rewrite the system then, because that's something that definitely needs to be done to help everything, because it's a big issue right now. If I can actually find where this stuff is, I have comments of like the things that need to be done. Hello Wild Strike, it's been a while since you've been, well, since I've streamed actually. It's fast. Okay, so, oh wait, I did stuff, I think. Let me check. I did, what did I even do? Oh, I fixed that thing, didn't I? Oh yeah, it's spawning. That was it. Get, add, or I can do get add dot, and then I can do get remove. Can I? Is that a thing? I don't know a lot about Git. I'm gonna have to look this up. Git remove from commit. No, I need git. What do I? Do you see turtle still roll this? They shouldn't anymore, I hope. The spawning's been changed a lot. Get removed from staging as well. Alright, you know what, whatever. I'm just gonna do get add all. Git push, no, git commit. I can't type. And then change despawn rules. Git push. Then gotta open this guy. and get the commit ID. Get checkout 2.0. Get cherry pick. Uh-oh. Okay, let's see, after resolving the conflict, so change these. Okay, so we gotta go in. So we gotta change the, so it's change log, of course. So I was trying to remove it, but it wants to be like that. Let's see, so fixed. I think that already came out, so only tamed animals. So I want this guy down here, that, delete that, that, and that should be good now. So then, what is it? What do I do? Get cherry pick. Fix them and then use, oh, okay, so get add, or get status I want. Get add, the change log, then I should be able to cherry pick, continue. For now you can use this, oh, what is this? I already fixed that, I thought. Committing a cherry pick, that is not correct. Please remove the file. Can't wait for the moose out of all the animals shown. Yeah, the moose is gonna be a cool one. Get. What am I have no idea what I'm really doing with get. The cherry pick was already aborted. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So. Oh wait. So I think it's good now. Maybe, I hope. No issues, please. So this guy changed the despawn rules. Yep. But that was in the master. Now I need to check the 2.0. And yeah, did get that. It's screwed with the change log, but all the other changes look to be there. The change log should now be different in here. Change log. Can't wait. Yeah, okay. That should be fine. I won't worry about it for now. Let me do git checkout and then go back to the master now. And re-pull it just to be safe. Yeah. Okay. Change log. So this didn't get whatever I'm gonna keep this stuff separate for now, the change log, because I don't know what the heck is going on. So we added nothing. We changed that. Oh wait, no, this is right. That's the right thing. Yeah, so we don't need to save that. We can just close that. Okay. All right, back to what I actually need to work on. I don't know where that guy went, but I think he might still be here. Or he died. Who knows? Let's see though. What needs to be done? The hunger system has to be rewritten. The anaconda is weird because the model for it is too large to like work. with the animation, but like there's an animation for it. I don't know if it's in here or not, but I might be able to load it. Should be this guy here. Yeah, okay, so you see how like the head movement is like, it's like got a real animation for like the first segment of its body, but then you see how that rest of it is just all screwed up. Those other parts aren't parented to here, and when they were parented properly, it wouldn't render the model at all. There was an overflow error, so they have to redo the model for this before I can actually animate it. Because you can see there's actually a solid animation here, but the body is just broken. So that's why you haven't seen an animation yet, because they have to remake the entire model for it. Is it possible for the anaconda to curl up? I could do it. I don't know how I would go about doing it. Like, do you mean like have the anaconda, like if he's like somewhere like here, then it would curl up or something? That'd be cool. But then I'd have to get a pose for it, and I'm not trying to make a pose for it right now. Let's see. So let's do, I think I should work on the hunger. Are there any other bugs that anyone knows of that need to be fixed right now? Hello, Julio. Alright, let's work on the hunger then. We'll terminate that. Move that over. I can't read this at all. I need to make it bigger. And let's see. So we have the hunger here and the max food. I don't even know why there's max food. Why does it even exist? It shouldn't. Same with max enrichment, because these should be, max enrichment is 20, and wherever the heck the food is, get max food is also 20. So these aren't, they're not even changed, so they don't have to actually be done. Yeah, Julio, you can join. 1 second, let me go into RPM with you. So max food, and then the max enrichment can be removed from there. They shouldn't exist in here. They don't. Good. And set max food, and yeah, they don't. That was pointless key. I don't know why that was even there. Julio, I'm calling you in Discord if you're trying to join the stream. And what's the latest animal release to the beta test? We can't tell you that. Not even the first letter. I don't even know what animal it is. I honestly have no clue what animals we're adding anymore. There's so many of them. So here's what is planned to do. So when you eat the food, it will add the direct hunger value, and it will add that saturation value. And then when the saturation from that food is 0, it'll start decreasing. So let's do, I guess I need a new one of these guys. So make the saturation. Oh, I already have it. Nice. And where are we? Down. Here we go. hunger. So the saturation should be default to 0. I'm not really 100% sure on how Minecraft does its saturation and all, but how mine is gonna go, at least unless someone has a better idea, is you eat the food and it adds the hunger value plus the saturation. Then over time, so every tick, let's say, saturation goes down by like 0.5, right? And when the saturation at 0, then we start to do hunger goes down. And then otherwise the hunger is going to stay positive. Right? So that makes sense to me and how it works, but if anyone has better suggestions, please say so in the chat before this entire system gets written, and I will probably not be changing it. So let's see. Start with the tag compound set float. Wait, is hunger? Okay. No, it's not double. We'll set this as saturation and this dot get saturation. Go down to the hunger and copy these guys. What is this? Get max food. Enrichment. This guy should also be enrichment. Alright, so set enrichment. No. Set saturation. And get saturation. Remove these Java docs, I'm not going to need them. Saturation, there. We'll return saturation. This guy there. Perfect, okay. Now up to this set, wherever that's, or I did, yeah, this one, so.
Hey, am I coming through?
Yep. You should be able to be heard on stream too.
Oh.
Let's see. I'm gonna go up to wherever the heck. There we go. Okay. So the get for the so the saving of the saturation is good now. And we need to actually write the saturation.
This is Julio on right now.
What am I doing? Alright. Get.
If you guys have any questions, you feel free to direct it towards me or Soggy.
Turn up your volume there. Can you say something, Julio?
Any questions, you feel free to direct it towards me or Soggy.
Is that block? That's Julio on the call now. Let's see. Get saturation. Alright, cool. So the saturation is done. So where do we take in food? I have no idea. Is food okay? So if it's less than, see, this is all just a mess. So if this dot is a food item, if the stack is a food item and this animal is tamed, we'll check if the hunger is, so if this dot hunger is less than the max hunger, that? Get, oh, max food. Okay, max food minus 0.3f. Then we'll this dot set hunger, this dot get hunger plus. Oh, this might be a problem. So nutrition. So the nutrition value will be if the stack get item is an instance of an item food, then we'll cast it to a food and we'll grab the heal amount. How do they do this here? Amount. Heal amount, okay. So item food dot heal amount. Oh, can't do that. Get heal amount at the stack. Otherwise it'll just be 1. Yeah. So plus the nutrition, and then we'll set this dot saturation to be this dot get the saturation plus we need a saturation value now. What's saturation? So we want this guy again, but for get saturation modifier, that's not right. I don't think. It is right, okay. Get saturation modifier, and then otherwise we'll make it 0.2f. That'll be the default value. So that should be good now, and then if it's, let's see, then this does, if it's a food, add the heal amount to the health. What? If it's not a food, then it just adds 1 to the health. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's there. Okay, so let's just steal that, put that there. What's wrong now? There we go. So we need to call the onFed first. onFed. And then the player, and then we want to trigger the feed effect. That should be all replacing that now. So now we check if it's less than, so okay, that's good. And then after we set the hunger, we want to see if the hunger, just get hunger, is greater than, if it's greater than this max food, then we will set hunger to just the max food. So this way, if you feed it, let's say a steak that gives 5 health points or 5 hunger points back, and you only have 3 hunger points, then it'll make it stay within the max amount. It's not going to be like 25 or whatever. So now we need to find where the hunger deprecation is, which it should be wherever this is called. And let's see. There we go. Okay. So if the entity is alive, this dot saturation will be this dot get saturation minus 0.003. And then if this dot saturation. The saturation is less than or equal to 0. We can depreciate the hunger, and let's see. So if it's less than, okay. Otherwise, if it's greater than, we just keep setting it like that, and then we just set saturation. And then hunger deprecation is that, so that should be good. So let's try this out now. There we go, okay. No, I'm not working on the anaconda. I'm working on rewriting the food system so that there's saturation to it. And so that, like, if you feed an animal, it's not just gonna give it the hunger back and then start falling again. There's like a bit of a buffer, so it's easier to keep them alive. So let me do in the interact, right? I want to print out, or let me do this in the no, this will be fine. System.out.print. Get.
Yeah, to address that question, sometime in the future, we're thinking about maybe doing a server release of 2.0.
Yeah. Print out. No, this will be way better in the book, actually. Animal book.
Yeah, dung beetles are another animal that were thought about for, you know, just kind of the little critters that walk around, kind of like the fish. But because we had so many issues with dung the first time around, we probably aren't going to have them in.
I think we could do it. I think that a lot of differences, and a lot of things I've learned we could do.
Could put them in for aesthetics, though. That could be nice.
It'd be a cool animal to have in there, I think.
It'll definitely be considered going forward. We got most of 2.0. We got 2.0, all the animals planned out, and 3.0 is planned, but still, it can still be changed.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's check out, let's do a red panda. We'll test this on. Or what's Julio, do you know what animal eats everything? I think there's one in the game. What the heck was it?
Go for one of the omnivores, so maybe like the... Yeah, one of those might have a lot.
Which one is an omnivore? Do we have an omnivore? I have no idea, honestly.
Maybe... That's right, the grizzly is in 2.0.
Yeah. Zebra should be fine, I guess. Wait, stuff. I need a data book.
Just grab maybe the tiger and the elephant, because
the
that's
tiger,
one of each.
That's it. That's a good one. Alright, let's check this guy out now. So his hunger is going down, his saturation's at 0. Okay, that makes sense. So let me see, what does he eat? He'll eat meat. Figures. Where's the food? Here it is. There, okay. So let me wait for that stuff to go down a little bit more. There we go, that's way better. Let's see, that's falling a bit too slowly for what I'd like to see. Where's that? There we go. Okay, so let's just do like 0.9. Okay, there we go. Alright, so he dropped a lot now, so we'll feed him once. His saturation's there, his hunger's not dropping. Let's wait for the saturation to completely drop. And then he should be able to take hunger again. Yeah. So that's all good, but then the issue is if you feed him a lot, his what is it called? His saturation could get very high, and that would be bad. I'm actually going to drop this value a little bit too. And then we'll do, so process interact. When you do feed him here, so if we'll do both of these checks after we add them all and play our, not before we play the effects. Or before we play the effects, actually, yeah. So then if this get enrichment, or not enrichment, saturation. If the saturation is greater than 8.0 F, then we'll set the saturation to 8.0 F. That should be good. So hopefully this will make keeping the animals alive a lot easier. The only issue I'm concerned about is the what's it called? The food bin. So that might be a problem. What is that called? Barrel? No.
I'm pretty sure it's like the food barrel or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called in the code though. Feeder. That's it. Feeder. So yeah, so that should actually call the onFed, and the onFed should handle everything. So we need let's see, so there's a lot of stuff here. Let's take all of this, we'll cancel out that, we'll take all this, or yeah, we need all this here. And we'll just call the onFed with the player. And then we have this there. So that should handle everything. Oh, we need to pass in the item stack too. And that should be good. Yeah, let me close this too, because I don't need that open anymore. Let's see where this guy's called here. And then we have to pass in the actual stack. So if the player is not null, because the player could be null in this case, and we expect it to sometimes be. And then what else do we need? The stack. The stack should never be null. But if by chance the stack is null,
yeah, to address the question of if you name a great white shark something like Meg, it'll get bigger. Yeah, that's one of the thoughts we had. We try to get most of the animals some sort of variant skin.
yeah, so that'll probably be done later, but we gotta fix the bugs first before things like that get added. So if it's not null and it's not empty, or no, if it is null, no. If it is null, or it is empty, then just return. Yeah, there we go. So now
Currently, we don't really have the animals attacking each other as a feature. It was causing a lot of issues. So right now, sharks are not going to be attacking whales. Sorry about that.
What am I looking for? Oh, the food barrel feeder. Here we go. So if the feeder's not null, then set the hunger. Did I ever do anything to... So that goes through everything in it. Yeah, okay, so then we do want to go through everything in it. And we want to see if it's not null and it is a food item. And then if it is, yeah, so all that stuff is good. So we don't want this or that, but we do want on fed, and we're gonna pass in no player, and we're gonna pass in feeder dot get stack and spot and spo as the spot. So there we go. All right, that should be good now for doing that. So the animals are not gonna. Wait, I don't really have a plan yet on how I'm gonna add in back in the attacking, but it's not gonna be added back in until I have a solid plan to make it less of an issue than it was before.
And regarding about if a great white could be turned into a leopard shark, we like to keep species kind of separated. We don't want to cheat an animal out of a spot, essentially.
So what's this guy here? Oh, I think this might be for picking up food. Yeah, it is. Alright, so then this does not need to, so this just has to be this dot on fed, no player, and then target food dot get item. And then we'll do target food. Well, no, I already have it here, so that's fine.
Yeah, we're gonna have a chimp when we release 2.0. So yeah, look forward for that. It's gonna be a really fun animal to code and get a lot of behaviors in.
Yeah. Alright, so that should do it, I think, for the rework on the hunger. Let me test a little bit more, make sure it's all good. And then, if so, I can push it to 2.0. And then we're good. So let's see. Now the enrichment is gonna probably need the same thing done to it, but I think that might, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that or not, because of the they're not, it's more of just like, it's not something that needs to be done per se. The food thing was definitely something that had to be changed, but the enrichment, this doesn't even seem to be working on him for some reason. The enrichment is more just, it's nearby, but it's not something that has to be maintained as much. So there you go, he just gained enrichment, but I don't even think it was from the scratching post. He might, let me add the ball in, let me see if he even plays with that, because that might be an issue. That's not a ball. Yes, he does attack the ball and he doesn't gain it. Okay, good. Let me try the feeder barrel. And let me put a pork chop in there. See, will he eat the pork chop? I think he might be too full to eat it now. No, he's at 18. He should be going for it. Let me see if he'll actually pick up ones on the ground. Yes, he does. Okay, good. And his saturation did go up from that, so that's perfect. Saturation does not fall fast enough, though, now. So let's do 2.5, I think.
Oh yeah, we're thinking about having a few more competitions in the future.
Yeah.
The team's been a little slow lately because we all have a lot of things going on in our lives, but eventually we'll get back up to pace, and once we do, look out for the competitions.
Alright, so this seems like it's pretty much done. So I'm gonna push everything up. Oops. where's the commit? So we want to copy that. And we'll check out the 2.0. And we'll pull it, just to be safe. Then cherry pick from this guy here, and status, git push, and good, no conflicts, perfect. Let's check out 2.0, seems to be updated. Yep, it is. Let's check and make sure all this is good, perfect. And now I need to do git checkout and then pull it. Watching your programming is slightly intimidating. The Minecraft modding is typically somewhat easy, but I'm doing a lot of git stuff here to keep the 2.0 and the 1.0 versions in sync, which is one of the bigger issues I've had recently. But someone helped me get this all set up, so it's been a lot easier to work on updates now. Let's get rid of that guy. So I think we're gonna do like a Q&A kind of thing now. If Julio wants to talk about it more, like just things about where the mod is going.
Yeah, so we want to take a, while we're here, talk to you guys on, you want to see with the mod as far as where it's moving along. Get maybe some hints and clues on what may be coming next, and we really could use your feedback when it comes to developing this mod, because it is for you guys after all. So yeah, let us know down below, and have behaviors, new items, and of course animals. Questions?
So here's all the animals that are currently announced and all.
Thank you for the question, Joshua. The next animal going, it's going pretty well. Like I said, the team has had a lot of stuff going on in their lives recently, so it's slowed down a little bit, but we're still working as hard as we can. We're coming down to the last few animals here. Another from Geo. Have you added the Cameron into the game yet? And if so, can we see? Soggy, that's on your end. Is the Cameron up and firing?
Sure, actually. Let me get the 2.0 branch pulled up and let me look through and check real quick. What's it called? Golden Lion Tamarin? No,
one of the
it's
classics.
not been added in yet. You know what? Should we add it in real quick?
You can work on adding that in, and I'll just keep taking on questions. We can double tag team this.
Let me pop that up yet, because I don't want to leak anything again.
Yeah, you're a cracked faucet. Always with the leaks.
Alright, let's move that guy over, so hopefully y'all can't see anything.
That's all good. So in the meantime, I'll keep talking about maybe with some behaviors you guys are like for some of our 2.0 animals. We've got a lot of really interesting ones like elephant, chimpanzee, octopus is one that's going to be a lot of fun to code. And I know the texture team had a hard time with all the different variants.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty cool. Yeah, let us know what other behaviors you guys want to see on some of these awesome animals.
So what does the tamarin actually do? Because I have no clue.
Let me go to the doc. So it says it's got the climbing, which we still got to work on, like the koala and the
Yeah.
what was it, the black. It should be pretty fun. What would the official server be like? We could the official server. We could do a lot of things for our official server. It's definitely going to be a big zoo world. We'll probably try down survival because we have so many tools to allow for players to build zoos in for survival. So that's one of the ideas bouncing around in the head for building that official server. Could someone remind me which question did I kind of get cut off on? Was it the octopus one or the whale? I'll just go back through them both. For the octopus camouflage, is essentially the way it works is when it stops on a block, when it's no longer moving, it will take on the same colors as that block, kind of like an octopus in real life. We could probably make it a little bit nicer, and we'll try to put a delay on it so you can see the amazing textures the team made for a little while before it blends in. So that'll be pretty cool. And for the whale, we haven't decided yet whether it will attack back, because whales tend to be very passive animals. But if it does, a big launch back like what we did with the elephant might be in order. And for the server, it'll probably be a pretty large world. We'll have to see. We'll have to look, see what our banks have, and then what we can afford. The octopus is one of the coolest animals in the game, so that's going to be really, really fun. Be able to test that out finally. Some other things that we're working on is in one of the old trailers that Minty made, you can actually see a harpy eagle grab a spider monkey out of a tree. Mm-hmm. Bears can now grab salmon, so that's another thing we're working on. Kind of animals, I guess, picking up other animals. So that'll be pretty fun.
Yeah.
2 eagles in the game. The eagles attack each other. Eagles right now are programmed. None of the animals are going to be attacking each other because of what we said about shutting off the animal interactions for the time being. The way it's going to be for now. Yeah, the variety in this new roster, we try to mix it up to give some priority, some animals that didn't really get much attention. Well, a big push was towards some aquatic animals. The first roster didn't have too many, so we added in a lot of favorites like big whales, eels, octopi, and the tiger shark. That's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah, so we wanted to put some emphasis, and I know we got some complaints for the first. They're very similar to the other few, but I feel like there's some classics that we had to just bring back, as they were some of the first animals that were ever in the mod, and when we did the original version of it. Right now we don't have anything planned for that. I could see for maybe some cool animals like the albatross, and if we ever get into things like birds of paradise, we could probably do a little animation like that. It probably wouldn't have anything to do with, you know, actually laying eggs, but we could probably do it just a random tick every once in a while.
Is the tamarin stuff on the dock? Because I don't see it in here.
Is it not on the 2.0 dock?
It should be under not done yet, but I don't see it.
Yeah, let me look through real quick. It might.
Yeah.
What was it? Vote animals, and I have to do those later, so I might have forgot to add it in.
Ah.
Let me double check. What was the other vote animal?
I have no idea.
It's been so long.
Yeah.
Let me look through.
It was the eagle, right?
Yeah, I think it was the harpy. Might have been.
The
Jeez.
harpy's on there though. Isn't it?
Let me check. Oh, I guess it's not here. Why don't you go ahead and take all the stats from the sloth? They're going to be essentially the same, except for the speed, of course.
Got it. Can't even find
They
the
should
sloth
have-
in here. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Be just about the same.
Alright. It'll drop a
Apart.
sapling.
Yeah, I guess take the sapling off. I think we have the texture for the old tamarin hide, so we'll probably add that back in.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I never actually removed that.
Okay, that works out perfectly. Yeah, tropical birds are pretty incredible. I hate to disappoint with this roster. There's not going to be too many tropical birds in this one, but of course, we're looking into a lot more tropical birds for the next one. Birds like the great horned owl and the bald eagle in this one. Will this mod go to Madagascar? So Madagascar has some incredible animals, and crazily enough, we still haven't really explored that region of the world yet. I can say Madagascar has definitely been on the radar for a long time. Sifakas are probably my second favorite primate of all times. I think they're pretty awesome. From Cebu Mafu. And yeah, they've got chameleons, fossas. Madagascar is someplace that's going to have to come in for... And lemurs are pretty great. Another thing we try to do, thank you for pointing that out, Joshua, with the second update of the game, is to focus on some of the regions of the world in the Minecraft biomes that didn't have a lot of animals in it. Mountains, the tundra, the regular forests. Control shouldn't have had that many animals in it, but now we've filled it up with things like the grizzly bear, moose, the eagle, the owls. The oceans are going to be a lot more full with the great white shark, octopus, whales, and eels. So we try to fill in a few of the regions that were left a little bit empty.
We do actually plan on trying to do some more biomes. We're thinking about adding biomes back in. Like in way back.
I think we should.
So that's... I don't remember if I actually got the code working for that yet, but I plan on working further on it.
We've got a lot of... I don't know if you guys know, but we do add a lot of plants to the game, and we have someone who's actually on our team dedicated pretty much solely to plant and plant blocks. we'll probably be having them. They're probably gonna have a lot more work once we get the biomes up. Oh, yeah, speaking of which, do you guys have any suggestions for biomes? We have a lot of different animals that come from a lot of different regions. So yeah, like Chicken Boy 226 said, the mangrove forest. That could be a pretty cool one. Pretty original. So yeah, moose, grizzly bear, and eagle. Those animals all have pretty wide ranges. Grizzly bears used to range all over the grasslands of the USA before humans drove them off. We're going to try to stick to their historic ranges, so grizzlies are going to be in a lot of different habitats, as well as the bald eagles all over the nation. They live in the swamps down in the Everglades to the mountains up in the Rockies, so they're going to be all over. And my favorite primate is the orangutan, because at the zoo I used to work at, there was one named Brunei, and he was really nice. He used to love having orange juice spritzed at him. He used to drink it up, so yeah, orangutans are my favorite primate.
Is the tamarin on the drive? I don't see its files.
Let me...
Was it never uploaded?
Did they never upload it to the drive?
Probably not.
You want to go get another 2.0 animal in then? Man, that stinks.
Let's see. How about...
Taper is pretty simple. That one isn't in already.
Is that in here? Is that even on the drive?
Oh, it's on the document. I checked the drive. I just find one on the drive that...
I don't even know if some of these ones are announced yet.
Just send me a message on Discord. I'll let you know whether or not it's announced.
Pretty sure that's the right one, but that one's announced. That could be a cool one, because I could actually try animating it now, too. Alright.
I know, that's announced. The rattlesnake, you're go get it.
Alright, we're gonna animate that guy then, too.
Alright. Yeah, looks like we got some orangutan fans in the comments. Orangutan has been a long time coming. Just keep looking out for them. Trust me, I miss orangutans being in the mod, but we're gonna go piece by piece. We gotta save some of the good animals for later, or else we don't have anything in it, right, Soggy? We just came out of the gates with everything.
With what?
If we like put all of our cool animals in the first two, then 3.0 would just have, you know, like cows or something.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, I did see the custom NPC skin, which turns the gorilla into a orangutan. I don't remember who did it, but they did a pretty fantastic job, and it's pretty creative that you guys have been trying to create the other species, because, you know, we can't get everything at the end of the day. Like, I saw one that turned our moor leopard into a snow leopard, and I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, it's going to be, it's really nice that we have North American desert creatures. We have the great horned owl, which again lives in a lot of habitats. We have, what was the other one? We had a lot of them, a lot of North American desert animals, because it's a region of the world that's kind of overlooked. How could I forget? One of my favorites. Yeah, so... Oh yeah, I forgot. There was someone who made a spider monkey look like a lemur. That one was pretty cool. And yeah, I know some people would be angry at kind of the work of them and their teams being edited, but I think it's pretty cool that you guys are able to take something that we worked on and kind of expand upon it. Make a good example is the rattlesnake. We have different species variants, but there's going to be more species of rattlesnakes we didn't cover. So if you guys want to just add those in as skins for custom NPCs, you know, feel free to. That's pretty awesome. You guys are going to get a little sneak peek at how why the anaconda is so hard to animate. And
this is like so bad. Look, I don't know why is it split there? Maybe I should leave this to the actual modelers.
I mean, yeah, you could. You might as well have a crack at it. Oh yeah, so for biomes, when we do them, we're probably going to try to make them as distinct as possible. So we don't want them looking just like a slightly altered versions of in the game. So a good example is like the mangrove forest. On the outside, it might look a lot like the swamp, but we'll probably do a lot of edits. Each biome that we add in feels really distinct. And yeah, so that's another cool thing. We're gonna have to add in a lot more plants, like we said. Probably a few more blocks. Like we already have the few stones, the river stone, that. But you know, the more of those we add, the better you guys will be able to make your exhibits look. So I think those will come in handy. Mentioned it before, for when we did 1.0, we just kind of there wasn't a lot of focus. We were figuring out which animals we wanted to bring back, which new ones we wanted to add. But with 2.0, there was a really big theme, and that was the wild team that we're just gonna try to focus on. I guess the more wild aspects of the mod, like we have some coming up that kind of fit in more into a camping theme, but it's very important because you know the mod is about more than zoos. It's about going out and exploring the wild. So we want to put some objects in for that. But when 3, it's going to be very much themed back towards zoos again, towards all sort of items, blocks, and equipment to help you build the best zoos you can in Minecraft. So that's just, I guess, a little bit on the way we structured the releases. Any fences in this one, if you don't get too many just kind of enrichment items in this one, it's going to be because we're focusing on more of the wild aspect of it. And yeah, we're gonna, of course, separate the animals out so we don't have too many lion-tiger interactions, things like that, if we add in our custom biome. So it might be a little more specific, like maybe the Indian floodplain was one that was on the initial list of biomes. From there. So if we did that, we'd only have things like our Asian elephant, the tiger, our pangolin, that area. Hey, Dr. Hyena. So, pouncing mechanics, it hasn't been something too big on our radar. The more initial bugs we have to fix, but I could see us working on something. Maybe not too streamlined, but something pretty nice with pouncing mechanics at some point. But for the time being, because of our animal interactions being shut off, that isn't a super high priority. Yeah, a big thing with the spawning we've had. I think that's been one of our biggest issues, is figuring out what's barren and what is like too overcramped with animals, and we've definitely seen both sides of that with this mod so far. We're finding, you know, the best way we want to do it. Like the tree frogs to be kind of annoying because they're all over the place, but then other animals like the Amur leopard, we want when you find one to be a really big deal. And that also encourages breeding if you end up building a zoo, because you never know when you'll find your next one. So if you breed them, you'll be able to, you know, have more and more leopards and kind of maybe a few other zoos around it. So it's just a matter of finding that balance, which, you know, we'll find eventually. We're struggling with it a little bit right now, but we'll get there. Yeah, you can see the painstaking work that comes with model. Let me see if I can find anything else that's coming up. Yeah, I guess we're coming to the end of our next the American Rockies. We've just got the one left, which should release this Sunday, fingers crossed. We have 2 more habitat areas, and then we're done with the roster, so we're coming down to the end. And yeah, more reptiles, please. Reptiles are pretty awesome. I'm a big fan of them. I'm going to actually look through and see how many reptiles we have left in the roster. So of the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 animals, of the next 10 animals, 3 of them are going to end up being reptiles. So it's not a whole lot, but we still got to... Oh, we actually have some pretty awesome reptiles coming on the way, so don't you worry about reptiles. They coming, but I promise there are some real proud pleasers coming up. Still have some off-roster animals that have yet to be revealed that are going to be pretty awesome. Yeah, to have updates focus on certain animal groups. I think the team is we don't really know what's going to happen after we get through 3.0, the last big update that we've planned. Maybe we'll do a few smaller ones. I know we kind of want to do one just focusing on marine life because Balco is a huge fan of marine life, so we'll probably do that as just a little update. Doing maybe, hey, here you guys go, 2-3 amphibians, or here you guys go, 2-3 birds as small updates once we get past 3.0. But yeah, gliding lizards and sailfin lizards are both incredible animals from Southeast Asia. I could see adding in both of those. Sailfin lizards have always been really cool to me, but gliding lizards are also incredibly unique. Yeah, the goal of the mod has always to be add as much animal and wildlife variety as we can, and we really hope you guys like it. Of course, I know we do get a few complaints about how many like lions, tigers we add in, but I feel like we need them in order to make them all feel like they work together. Because it'd be weird if you had all the weird critters from us and only the popular animals from other places. Oh yeah, the whale and the great whites in a zoo. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward as well to seeing the creative ways people build habitats for animals that have never really been in zoos before. Gray whale in captivity for a while, and there's been several baby and subadult great whites. It didn't work out too well for the great whites, but it's Minecraft. Just figure out, be creative, and who knows, maybe that idea might be close on to the best way to keep these animals in captivity. Any African fauna in 3.0. Going to 3.0 a little bit. It's been mostly planned. It's not set in stone, so we can change it up. So like I said, for 2.0, because we were focusing on exploring the wild, we kind of broke it up into different areas like the coral reef, the South American rainforest, the American Rockies. Because 3.0 is based on zoos, there's not going to be a theme really holding them together. It's kind of just a big assortment of a lot of different zoos. And from what we have planned, there are a few African animals in there. So yeah, it won't be like big rows of these guys are all from the African savanna. It's going to be animal, 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 animal. Prize in 3.0, because each animal could be completely different, and maybe, I don't know, something from the ocean and the one right next to it could be from Africa. So it's a little harder for you guys to piece it all together. It'll be a bit more of a mix match group. This mod release, when we finish it, there's still a lot of work to do because we're still tackling things from the first iteration of the mod. It's going to be a while, but we're getting there. Are there going to be consequences for killing too many animals? It's hard to put things like consequences in for that. Consequences, like I said, if we make rare animals like tigers or so if if you're like really low on food and you have no other choice but to eat them, it could be a long time before you find another group. So I think that would be the biggest consequence. Your zoo, and then you find gorillas finally, but you're about to die of starvation. So yeah, that's gonna be how it is probably. We have 2.0. Probably once we finish the roster, it's still gonna be pretty rough, but at that point we're gonna need you guys to follow the bugs and kinks as you test out the 2.0 animals alongside the 1.0 animals. But we want to make sure they're all in and give us enough time to. Don't want you finding any, leaking any animals or otherwise. So we want to be sure the whole roster is revealed before we get it to you beta testers. That's how it is. I mean, even we will accidentally leak stuff from time to time. Just the less people can use it right now to be revealed, the less chance of things being leaked. Which, it kind of stinks, but it's the way things are. Yeah, beta testers is one of the most coveted positions on our little Discord chat. We'll definitely probably have some more competitions coming up that possibly could win you a chance to our beta tester group. Yeah, so sorry about lately. We tried and we were pretty good at sticking to our Sunday release schedule, but like I said, life got busy for a lot of us. We're probably still going to release animals on Sundays, but it just isn't going to be as regularly as it once was. Find other things to release for you guys, whether it's a code update and a little video I post on Discord and Twitter, or something of the sort. So we'll figure out something so you guys always have some new content on Sunday. No, keep the questions rolling. That's fine. Are the rest of the roster all from North America? No, just we have one animal left from North America, and then we switch to a different habitat, which is yet to be revealed. Gonna be the way that goes. Now we had some cool animals coming up. Like I said, just two more environments left after we finished our last North American animal. What else do we got coming up? We have a lot more votes in 3.0. We want to let you guys help fill in that roster a little bit more. Vote animals. If there's any animals from the 1.0 or the 2.0 votes that didn't make it but were very popular, some of them have already been added into 3.0, and some of them might get a chance at a vote again if they're a little bit on the low side. So yeah, we're definitely always taking things like that into consideration. Oh, I hope it is Asia because there's no Asian animals in ZAWA. Yeah, we've had a few Asian animals. It's not too many. Our biggest are obviously the tiger, the gaur, and Japanese giant salamander, the harial. But some of the Southeast Asian animals, especially, we haven't had the chance to add in yet. Right now is the Sumatran rhinoceros. Say there's going to be a whole lot of Asian species coming up, but we definitely pick up that slack a lot in 3.0. We just try to maintain a pretty even balance amongst all of our different animals. This region of the world we've struggled with is Europe. It's our mod tries to focus as exotic animals as we can. Struggled with incorporating European species into our mod, so I think that's the biggest struggles we've had. Back, I gotta handle something real quick.
Let's see. Yeah, 3.0 will definitely be really different from 2.0. From some of the animals, now, I don't remember really the animals that we have. There's some cool ones in there. Those two animals you just said, I have no idea what they are. I just program unlike Julio, who actually works at a zoo. But yeah. So I guess I'll talk about what I'm actually doing now. So for the past time Julio's been talking, I've been working on the different model poses here, and then the code I have will animate between these two poses. Is the same one? No, they're different. It'll animate between these two for the animation. But Julio is back, so you can hear more from him now, who actually knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. No, I barely know anything.
Okay.
So here we go. We'll talk a little bit. Let me see what I missed. So European brown bear, the pine marten, those definitely very cool animals. If Europe would have won over the North American Rockies, the European brown bear would probably have been added in. Pine marten is still something that I'm thinking about. It's a very cool small mammal. Scurry up trees. Foxes are pretty cool. Otters. add in a otter. We might go for a European otter just because of the lack of representation we have of European species. Here we go. Oh yeah, the snake. Yeah, the rattlesnake is gonna be so cool. Of course, the anaconda. If you've seen the latest one, the animation is there, but for some reason the body slinks into itself. We'll probably figure that out.
That off earlier in the stream.
Easy it is, but it looks very nice. It's just that one thing that's messing with it right now. Let's see. Is there any other species you guys are really any specifics? Or continents are the last two habitats in? I think at the end of the stream I might reveal the one that's coming right after the American Rockies. What do you think about that, Soggy? I think that's fair.
Yeah, go for it.
We'll do that. We'll give you guys on the stream a sneak peek at what's gonna come next. If Europe comes out, can we add wolves? Yeah, so wolves, I know how we've been avoiding redoing vanilla animals with the exception of our dolphin and polar bear. I think because wolves are a wild animal, we may redo them. If we were, we might do a European subspecies of the gray wolf. I think that could be really cool. Yeah. So yeah, the parrot, that was another one. I was outside of the Minecraft world, like what was actually happening in vanilla Minecraft for a while when the parrots came out, so I planned the macaws before I really knew that they were going to be in the game. So that also kind of worked out. I thought that was pretty funny. Same with like the polar bear. Was the polar bear done before the polar bear actually was officially came into the game?
Did it?
Of us, like we had sea turtles before they did. I think we should sue. What do you think, Soggy? They've definitely got some really cool animals coming. Yeah, ZAWA-fied creeper. In the modding community, ZAWA, the ZAWA style has become a little bit of a thing. I think that's pretty hilarious. Parrots are macaws or different animals. Yeah, macaws are related to parrots in the greater family of, I forget the official, but yeah, they're all related to each other. Oh, could you put a filter? Oh, hey, Soggy, what do you think about this? A filter to filter animals in that slot once we start to get a lot of them. What do you think about that as a feature?
In the creative inventory?
Yeah.
I don't see a point to that really. Because you always have the search.
Plus, all the spawn eggs have the animal's face on it, so it shouldn't be too hard to find them.
It would be more work than it's worth.
That was pretty cool. Oh, here, let's see what else we got. Yeah, the vanilla sea turtle was based on a green sea turtle. Yeah, those are cool. I know we decided to do a different, species of sea turtle. I thought hawksbill was a really cool one that not that many people know about. Doesn't have a lot of was in pop culture, so we decided to put it in. I thought hawksbill sea turtles would be pretty cool, and also a very endangered species. Yeah, macaws are parrots. I couldn't remember for sure. So it's kind of like rectangles and squares. Parrot is macaw, but every macaw is a parrot. Those you guys, any questions you got? And we do try to add in a lot of obscure animals. We don't stray off the path too far. Like, we're never going to add in something like or anything like that, but we try to add in animals that are a little less known, like pangolins and Gila monsters, things that you might have heard of, but you don't really find in games too often. Add a better type of squid. Well, Angelo, I'm just gonna say, be ready for 2.0. We got a lot of little critters coming along besides the roster animals. When we just kind of release the fish, the redone fish alongside the rest of the animals. We've got a few other critters coming along, so you look out for that squid. Giant squid is an aquatic animal. I think I'm just going to address this one right away. The aquatics, the giant squid, and as well as other deep sea aquatic animals, I know for sure are not coming in the 0 or 3.0. But like I said, we are going to release a small aquatic kind of update, a little aquatic addition, ZAWA team, because Bako loves aquatic animals so much, and giant squid is definitely one that is highly considered for one of those few animals. And it's going to be a quick little update, probably add in maybe 10, 15 animals. I think there are wolverines in parts of Europe. I think that's possible, probably a little bit towards Eastern Europe. I could imagine wolverines living in that region. So if we were ever to add them in, they could kind of be a European representative. But yeah, the koala. That was another animal that I knew for sure we had to add in. So popular, they're found in so many different zoos, so guaranteed that they were going to come in, and we just jumped on it by adding in the first release of the rebuilt version of the game. Were there any animals that lost a 1.0 rebuild vote that are going to be in the mod? Yeah, there's quite a few, if I remember right. For one, I think there was the Great Ape vote, that the gorilla one that allowed it to be put in. The chimpanzee made it in 2.0, so that's an example of one of them. I know there's a few more, I just can't remember them off the top of my head. And yeah, when this mod is complete, there's of course a lot of other animal mods. I've seen them on the rise lately. When the ZAWA team got together to kind of build this, we were one of the few that were actually starting up, right? Remember that, Soggy, when we were like one of, I think maybe 2 animal mods that were actually on development?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, ever since we came out, we've seen a huge surge in animal mods, which is fantastic because they all, bounce off each other really well. They all kind of try to either do different takes on the same animal or do different animals, so you get the most variety out of it. And that's what I really love about the community. Yeah, they do a good job of making sure pretty much everyone's favorite animal makes its way into one mod or another. Full roster be released on 2.0 or no? So once we finish the 2.0 roster, it'll have to be completely coded. You'll have all the 1.0 animals as well as all the 2.0 animals. So it's gonna be a huge mod. But yeah, there was an ancient 1.7.10 Australian animals mod. That is from a long time ago. Jeez. Yes, the edition of the game, once 2.0 comes out, is going to have, I think, just under 70 animals, including the from 1.0 and the extra animals from 2.0. So it's going to be pretty huge. Yeah, so we've got a lot coming. Again, just 2.0 was kind of a test to see if you guys would like up into or being brought into the mod by habitat/region of the world, and then 3.0 we just went a little more crazy. It's going to be just all sorts of zoo animals, so that's going to be pretty fun. And yeah, it is going to be a full world. We want to try to encompass as much of the world's wildlife as we can. You always need your main attraction animals like the elephants, like the chimpanzees, but you're going to need what's to fill in. If you have a big exhibit for a mountain lion or something, you're going to want some rattlesnakes on the side. We try to add in a few big hitters and then a lot of little animals to fill in the zoo, because you don't find that many zoos that's only big popular animals. You need the small ones to fill it in. Yeah, so there was the massive vote at the end of 1.0 with all the different animals that got knocked down until only the meerkat was left. So a lot of those animals that lost that vote are were very high priority, and I think most, if not all of them, has found their way 0.0 in one way or another. A lot of the animals from that last big vote has made their way back into the mod because we just saw how popular they were. Oh yeah, and then supporting Biomes of Plenty was pretty cool because Biomes of Plenty is a very similar style to us as far as how the plants look. The bees and the fairies that are added in, they're pretty close though, and it works really well for enhancing the world. Yeah, the mob spawning, I'm pretty sure Soggy can tell you how much hell mob spawning has been for us.
Oh yeah.
It's a big part of an animal mod because, you know, you need to find them out in the wild. Then we'll figure it out. We definitely got it down a little more than we do, but it's definitely high priority because it's hard to enjoy the mod in survival because of how weird the spawning is being. But we're definitely working on that, and it is customizable. Have it at the point where it will be good right off the bat. Our Minty Dyson has been kind of offline when it comes to promo art and trailers, which is why there's been less release of promo art and trailers, but we'll probably try to get something out pretty soon, especially now that we're coming down to the end. Focuses on each habitat of animals, so one that focuses on, you know, the 4 South American ones, one that focuses on the 4 coral reefs, so we'll probably release that in a series. Yes, there used to be an old dingo model on in our Google Drive file. We had a lot of our, back in the good old days of the original ZAWA, we were just kind of cranking out models and slapping code on them. It was pretty, we were pushing out animals pretty fast.
Those were the days.
It was just code, model, texture, done. That was it. It was how fast did we put on an animal? I think in one day we could just completely
yeah, pretty much.
It was I think it was the original taper that I modeled, Rodavir edited and textured, and then you coded in almost like a day. It was ridiculous. Because it was not well put together. Those models that we cranked through and we never got to coding. But I could see if it gets, we haven't seen that much dingo, but if we did, we'd probably consider adding it back in. Yeah, the harp seal, that was another one of our original animals. Seals are pretty cool. They're not found in too many mods, unfortunately. I'll probably go back and add them in. Let's see, there's a few other species of seal and pinniped that are out there that are pretty cool. Red River Hog and the Bongo were both pretty cool. And I know we've got some, you know, some push to just bring back the old models. And as cool that is, we want all of our models to be fresh and new. Like the Bongo or the Red River Hog, if we were to add them back, they would be new, but they wouldn't get that many edits. But we're not just going to port old models in. That's not what rebuilt is about. We mean literally rebuilt. And although it's more work for the team, we're pretty dedicated to making sure this mod feels fresh and new from the old mod. How many hours have the team been working on 2.0? Soggy, you wanna make up a number?
Too many.
Too many hours. Oh, we've got a master pun by Dragon Slayer. Of that pun.
Where is it?
When we add them in, we have his seal of approval. Yeah, no, I get what you guys are saying about the models, and yeah, it's a waste of models if the code doesn't hold up, which is kind of what ended up happening with we decided to start off fresh and take it slower.
Yeah.
While it was fun, it leads a less satisfying mod for, you know, us and as well as you guys to play. So again, sorry for the big delays in some of your reviews, but we want to make sure everything is as good as possible, and you know, we do get busy. It's life. Yeah, it was pretty laggy. That old mod, it was pretty darn close to being unplayable. You'd have some good spells when it would work, but then it would just go to a minute, just the way I like it. What other questions you guys got? Gonna look, see, and see if there's anything else we have coming up pretty soon that could be fun. Mind the chair. It's stupid. Adding them all back in, like I've mentioned a few times before, the core of all the animals will be back in eventually. Means is either the animal, the exact species will be added in, for example, like the Asian African elephant and all things like that. That means it might be slightly altered. So, like when we turn the African ground pangolin into the Indian pangolin, it might be something like that. But virtually all of the animals will be brought back from the old game in one way or another. So, like how we did exactly brought back the Amazon River dolphin into the Amazon River dolphin, John was brought it back as the Ganges River dolphin or something like that. And in my mind, that counts. If we will bring all the animals back, but maybe not exactly as the same species. Pronghorns, those are very cool animals. Where I am currently has a singular pronghorn. I think they're incredibly awesome. They're a very ancient type of antelope, and they're actually off in their own family. The dwarf crocodile, as well as the black caiman, those are pretty awesome. I think dwarf croc was one of my favorite models for a while that we had. Those are really cool. Dingoes, animals whose models are fantastic, and if we do bring them back, they'll definitely have a very close look to what they used to look like. And of course, you gotta look forward to some of the new animals that we added in. Plus, that was one that I don't think many people saw coming. It kind of came out of the blue. It's not a very ZAWA type animal because it was so aquatic. And we hadn't really done any invertebrates yet. Pretty cool. And, having the ability to add in old animals along with new animals is pretty awesome. Philippine. Oh no, it was actually a African dwarf croc. West African dwarf crocodile was the inspiration for that species. Philippine crocodiles are also another very cool one that we'll probably consider moving forward. Add-ons. I think the add-ons were a pretty cool idea. I think the ZAWA mod encourages, just adding in more and more animals. Eventually add in the same animal, that's fine. You have two different versions of it. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Because at the end of the day, we can't add in every animal. And there might be some that you guys just personally really love and would want, to work with the mod. So I think the add-ons were a really cool idea. First, but after seeing what people have done with them, I'm really happy that you guys are able to, create it along with us. Right.
Seems like that's it for the questions.
Hey, you guys got anything else? How you doing? How's things going on your end, Soggy? You want to walk them through what's been done?
Just pretty much been loading in the models, and that's about it.
Okay.
Gonna have to do some stuff with Bookworm. I don't really remember, so I'm gonna have to look at that. But I'm gonna have to do that another time.
All right. So, if you guys any last minute questions now, this time to ask. Yeah. What are you looking forward to? This mod has been it's been a great fun to work on, and appreciate all your support as we continue to move forward. I guess if you guys don't have any questions, Sog, you want to reveal? You want to help me reveal what the next region is going to be?
I have no idea what it is, so it's all yours.
All right, so he'll pull up in a picture in just a sec. This is gonna be the next region of the world that we're gonna be covering. The next, if I remember right, 4 animals are gonna be coming from here. We're gonna be going to Oceania, so we're gonna be going way, way, way down under. And at first, we focused in the first iteration a lot of outback animals. We had cockatoos. Whole another side to Oceania and Australia that we haven't really covered yet, and that is the rainforest and swamps. So I'm talking the Papua New Guinea, Tasmanian, and Australian wetlands and tropical forests. Next, and I gotta head out, guys, but thank you so much for joining our stream today.
Yep. Thank you guys for watching. And yeah, next time there's a stream, we'll definitely be sure to announce it on the server so y'all can join. But thanks for watching. Bye.